I want a guy in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. I want a guy in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. What on earth does that mean? I don't even know. But that is the new trend here. Welcome. My name is Andrew Contaxis, and I am with AVK Wealth Financial Education for you, helping you achieve your dream lifestyle. So the big thing is, someone wants a guy with in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. I don't even know what that means, but I've been really thinking about what does that mean. Now I know the meme is referencing someone that you are dating, someone that you are looking for, but to me, I really started thinking about, well, what is that? Who is that guy, right? So to me, this is what stood out to my mind when I actually got aside from the dating thing and I started really going into who is the finance guy. Boom, the finance guy. Now, warning, this picture is a little bit triggering to some. Now, I first saw this picture a few years back, but when I immediately saw that meme, this is what it made me think of. Now, I was at a real estate seminar, and this was one of the first pictures they used to kind of bring me in and sit there and say, well, this is why you need our stuff, and this is why you should learn all these things. But yeah, and I remember seeing this picture, and I was immediately triggered. I was immediately upset. I was like, it really took me back. And I remember just kind of getting angry at like where I was at in life. Because again, let's get into the quote here. It says, my boss arrived at work in a brand new Lamborghini. I said, wow, that's an amazing car. He replied, if you work hard, put all your hours in, and strive for excellence, I'll get another one next year. You keep on working hard. See you later. Now, again, that's my editorial part to it. But I remember seeing this and being like really upset. And I was like, I have done something wrong. This was one of those cues that really like pitched in my mind and stuck with me. And it kind of generated all my drive. It really gave me drive to learn more about financial education. But when I heard that song, I thought about this guy. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if this guy is 6'5". You have a Lamborghini. Lamborghinis are really small. Some are about maybe a couple feet tall. You have to really slink into him. But again, he could be 6'5". He has shades on. I don't know if he's got blue eyes, but the dude definitely looks like he knows something about finance because he's got a business that he says if you work hard, he'll go get another one. And I bet you he's probably got a few of them, even though this is a fictional character. Well, I'm really hoping. But these people really do exist. When you look at CEOs of all these companies, why do they have the cars they have? Because they have businesses that allow them to have people that work for them that generate their income. They're called W-2 employees. You go work for a company and you put that time and effort to increase that company's brand, to increase their sales, to increase their awareness, to make them a I guess, more known or more profitable company. And then because you do that, because you do your quote unquote job, I worked hard, I put in my 40, 80 hours in, I busted my home, I give everything to this company. And because you did that, that guy, the finance guy, 6'5", maybe blue eyes, gets to do that. And I used to think of this guy as the enemy. I was really upset because I didn't have the financial education that I have now. And it's taken me a long journey to really understand that guy right there. It's taken me a long time. Now again, after I got over my anger, after I got over my resentment, after I got over blaming society and how this guy got to be the way he was and and pointing my finger at him, right? Which most people do. And then they leave it at that. They just want to be angry about things. They don't want to fix their situation. I was like, okay, what is this guy doing? What is the finance guy doing that I am not aware of? So what the finance guy is doing, what I have learned, has a huge financial education. I mean, we're going to make a lot of assumptions here. We're going to assume this guy's got a team around him that is marketing and in sales, driving that business. We're going to assume he's got a workforce under him where he can have a conversation with some guy very casually and talk about him getting more cars if he works hard. So we're going to kind of assume all that. But the big thing he knows is business is a driver of wealth. Real estate is a driver of wealth. Portfolio wealth, being in the stock market is a driver of wealth. These are drivers of wealth, and you have to be able to get into these mindsets. So what does this guy do? I'm going to assume he's CEO of a Fortune 500 company, or maybe not, you don't need to be a millionaire to be in a Fortune 500 company. You can be in a Fortune 100 company, but we're going to assume this is his business. We're going to assume that maybe he's the CEO of the business, or maybe he is the front end who works in that business. It's not all founders want to work in their business. They're the founder, they get it started, they get it moving, and then they hand it off to a CEO to run the business so that founder can run off and go do other things or not spend their time in the business, because they have to eliminate their time from that business because they can't have their time being tied. So meaning that if I put in 40 hours, that directly impacts the business. No, you can put in 4 or 5 meaningful hours and then leave and let everyone else kind of run from it there. You can sit there and direct, you can, help a team and lead and manage them and do those things and sit there and say, here team, these are objectives we're looking at for the week, the month, the year, blah, blah, blah. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. Here's the metrics you're going to be hitting. Here's the team members that are going to be checking in. We are going to progress monitor this over the next 6 to 8 months. Et cetera, et cetera. So that founder can go run off. So they've eliminated, right, their time from their business. So they can have their own time. 2, they have people helping them. They have a team around them that helps supports them. And if the team does better, they make more money. So we're going to assume that the team around them, all the people at the top, if they make better decisions, more money will come into the business. If those people under them, the workers, do work harder, put that time in, the business will thrive. So again, what is this pyramid telling you? That you need to be on the other side of it. Most people are on the W-2 side of it, or they want to work up that financial ladder or the corporate ladder, whatever it is, to get to that top point. But you'll never be the founder. You'll never be the owner. The owner makes the decisions, period, the end. Now, he can have his advisory team, the CEO, the CFO, the COO, whatever all the OOOs are. He can have those people around him and make decisions, right? But ultimately, it's the founder's decision. Now, maybe they have a board. That's different. If they have a board that helps control things, if you have an S Corp, C Corp, the rules are a little bit different for them. They have to get agreement, and they have to have a certain amount of people get on board those decisions so those things can go through. So the founders essentially step down and relinquish some of his control to build that company, to have a bigger team, have more people in the pot. But the problem is, more people in the pot, the decisions may not always go your way. But again, to make things simple, the founder owns and runs the business. My question to you is, are you a founder or are you an owner of something? Do you own? Do you control something? Do you have different levers that you can pull? And most people think that their W-2 is some sort of asset. And it is, because the asset is what puts money in your pocket. The job puts money in your pocket. So by definition, that's kind of true. The problem is, you can't sell a job. You can't lend out a job. You can't trade a job. You can't sit there and say, hey, man, I'm feeling like working today. Can you go on to work for me, whoever you may are? Just go into work, do the job. I'm going to sit at home. You and I will collect that paycheck while you go. It doesn't work like that. You can't sit there and say, man, I love the shop. I would love to sell my job. I love to sell. Who wants to buy my job? Businesses don't work like that. But the business owner can do that. The business owner can sit there and say, man, I don't feel like working today. I want to hire you to go do whatever it is you need to go do for the business. And I'll sit back here and chill and you get paid. You can do that. You could sit there and sell the business. Like, man, I don't like this business. It's crazy, blah, blah, blah. You need to make some money. You need to get an exit. I'm going to sell my business. What does this guy know? What does the finance guy know? He knows he's on the right side of the coin. Now, again, when I say right side, that implies there's a wrong side. But if you're a W-2 employee, like right now, I'm still a W-2 employee. I still have a 9-to-5 job I make money off of, but I'm very aware of what that is. I know exactly what it does. I know exactly how it works. I'm under no impressions of that. Once the company's either done with me, or I'm done with the company, or I'm done with the government agency, or a government agency done with me, I know where we stand. I know that I no longer collect a paycheck. If I bought into some sort of retirement plan, I get some of that. Maybe I have a 401k, maybe that can roll. I get all those things. But I don't walk away with the company. I don't walk away with a piece of that as the W-2 employee. As the business owner, you walk away with it. As a real estate owner, you control the property. There's just different levers you can pull as the owner. And you have to get on the ownership side of things. But on the ownership side of things, you gotta be smarter. You can't just sit there and say, I'm going to pay you $1 million and your business makes $0. Then you in the hole to pay all these different people, and they're dependent on you because they've made promises to their families and their kids that I'm going to be bringing home this money, and you can't pay them. So as a business owner, you need to be more responsible. As a business owner, you need to be more financially aware. But again, I go back to this concept. Let's go back to this dude. He knows something that we don't know. So again, after the anger, after resentment, after you sit there and get done pointing the fingers, which I encourage you all to do, get it all out. But once it's all out, figure out what is this dude doing right? How can he afford the Lambo? Now, I'm not a Lambo dude. I probably would never own a Lambo. I would drive one, but I would never own one. But what car could you put behind there? What house could you put behind there? What thing could you have to improve your family? What does he know that you don't know? And we have to ask ourselves these questions. And again, I'm assuming a lot. I know this is all big an assumption on the finance guy, but when I heard that, I thought of him. When I heard that, I thought of my journey. When I heard that, I thought of the process and what it takes to get there. So for me, right, I would like to be the finance guy. I'm starting businesses. I'm in real estate. I have a W-2 job. I'm invested in the stock market. I have all these different things that I'm planting different seeds in, and I'm hoping that they'll grow. But the big thing is I have control over my time. I have control over the assets. I have control over scale. I have control of leverage. I have control over all these different, no one controls that but me, because they are technically mine. Now, I don't know if they're mine and yours, because, I'm here to help you. I'm just showing you my example, what's worked for me. Going out and buying duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, going out and buying single family homes, opening a business, starting it, trying to help support people, scale it on YouTube, trying to get, just to help support my community because they've done so much for me. And there's just this huge market that needs financial education. The school system just doesn't do it. I'm in the school system. I know it very well. Now, it tries, it makes attempts at it, but it does a very, 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 very poor job of doing that. And I feel like there's a lot of room to improve in that area. So again, the finance guy, hopefully that's me. I'm not 6'5", I don't have blue eyes, but I do know something about it. And hopefully you're getting some of that value. So I'm going to ask you right now, if you are finding value in this video, please subscribe to the channel and go to my website at avkwealth.com/register to get your free personal financial statement. Most people love to budget. I want to budget, but I find that to be a shrinking mindset because you take a certain value, say you make $1,000, right? And then based on that $1,000, you got to budget or allocate your money to be able to do that. Again, that's not a bad way, but that's shrinking. There's no growth in that. There's no opportunity other than to cut costs. But if you look at your personal financial statement, you're going to look at what income's coming in, what income's going out due to all your expenses. You're going to look at your assets and your liabilities. You're going to be able to look at the tax code, because that's the tax things in there, and be able to figure out, like, where are we at financially? What decisions can we make to grow? Because in a budget, it means you're shrinking your means, you're cutting your means. I don't like that. I mean, there's times that we need to cut, obviously, but we need to grow our business. And our family is a business. Your family generates income. If you generate no income for your family, you can't eat, you can't live. So your personal financial statement will help you figure out where it's at, and then you can start to figure out where the problems are and where you can solve them. And cutting costs is just one option, and I hate that option. I'd much rather expand my means by growing, buying an asset that produces income, starting a business that produces income, starting a brand that produces income, doing something, heck, buying a stock that maybe you can guess at it, and hopefully that stock goes up and produces money. But again, the stock, you'd have to put money out and taxes. It's a whole thing. But you want to buy things that produce assets. So again, if you get your personal financial statement, avkwealth.com/register, and again, please subscribe to the channel, you can get that for you. So going back to this, what do you think the finance guy means? It's very subjective. I've taken a lot of liberties here. I've assumed a whole lot about, where's my guy? This guy right here, this guy next to the Lambo. I've assumed a whole lot about him. But leave a comment below. What do you think the finance guy means? What does it mean to you? Is it just some dating reference that most people reference, or is it actually a little bit more than that? And to me, I think it's a little bit more than that. So I'm going to catch you on the next one. But again, one last time before we get here, please subscribe to the channel. Help me grow. I'm at 61 subscribers right now as of this shooting. I would like to help more people. And again, go to avkwealth.com/register to get your free personal financial statement. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.